Hey guys, I have been fighting with Facebook for 7 minutes. I am so embarrassed. Um, I hope that you guys are finding me, and I am trying to see where I will see like comments and that kind of thing. But this is hilarious. I have had like the worst time trying to go live today. I think that when Facebook tries to make it easier, it isn't. So, anyway, I hope that you guys are finding me and finding me better than I'm finding me. Um, I have not had an easy time with this, and I can't figure out how to actually see comments. So anyway, I apologize for being late. I started like several minutes ago, and so anyway, I started several minutes ago, and yeah, just getting here. I see that there are comments. There we are. Digis has finally found you. She remembered, and yeah, so I am so sorry. So I haven't gone live in Facebook for some time, I guess, and things are different. So my sincere apologies. And I'm just seeing the frame of the camera. There's some stuff in here you're not supposed to see yet. My show and tell stuff. So let me push that out of the way. I hope you guys are doing well. It is a beautiful sunny day here in North Carolina. Hey Hollister, she found me. Hi, Sita, you found me too. Thank you guys for sharing and for the reactions for liking. So I am sorry I'm running late. It is 77 degrees here. So I can't wait to make this and take it out on the porch. So I have a friend who was going on and on about lavender lemonade. And I'm going to be honest, my reaction to that was like, lavender lemonade, like lavender's great for soaps and it's wonderful in lotions, but drink it? I don't know about this. And so anyway, so she kept after me about how amazing it was. She had it at a local wedding, and she's like, Kristie, you've got to make this. So this is my, gosh, probably fourth, fifth, sixth time making it. And David loves it too. So I actually, in fact, my last batch, I'll just go ahead and confess, it's in a vodka bottle. I had to clear out my pitcher, my glass pitcher, to show you guys. And I had emptied the vodka. It's not as fun as you would think. I'd emptied it making vanilla extract. So I had used the bottle and I cleaned it out for making vanilla extract. So that's what I used to store it. So I'll show you that in just a little bit. So let's get started. This is so, so easy. So I'm going to talk a little bit about lavender. I keep saying vanilla, about lavender lemonade. So yeah, this is the difficulty with lavender lemonade. You need a balance of flavors. It is really easy to get too much lavender, and then it does kind of taste like soap. So hey, Judy, Vicky said she found me. It is difficult to get, like I said, just strike just the right balance with flavors. So that's why I've made this so many times, playing around with the amounts. What I like to do, this is just Christy, I like to start with, like to have at least 2 lemons because I like the lemon zest when I steep it. And then I use the rest, I use a commercial lemon juice. So I just kind of cheat like that. We'll talk about that too. But it's so easy. There's kind of 3 steps to this. And what I love about this, and the reason I wanted to share it with you guys on a Facebook Live, is because along the process of us making this lavender lemonade, if you don't want the lavender, I can show you that's okay too. And if you want to just make lemonade, you can use that. But we're making a lavender syrup. And so some of you had already been commenting on the post about the lavender syrup or the lavender. Can I use it for this? Can I use it for that? Somebody said it's delicious in ice cream. So there's an idea. Once you make the lavender syrup, and if you were making ice cream, instead of using water, I would steep it in some cream, heavy cream. So anyway, we'll get to all that. And if you just want lemonade without a ton of lemon juice, because there's about 16 or 17 carbs in 1 cup of lemon juice, using the zest and steeping that can give you some great flavor for your water that doesn't have carbs. So there you go. Those are the 3 kind of extra things, and I'll talk about them a little bit more. Everybody's saying that it sounds really refreshing to them. And I know Rose posted a gorgeous photo of local lavender that's growing near her house that's organic. So that's a thing I will tell you. I posted a link The link is to Anthony's French Lavender. This is food grade. So that's the first thing I would tell you, is to focus on food grade lavender. So I've got my little pot here. Those of you who are part of my cooking community know how much I hate how loud this guy is. But anyway, I've got him to use, and it just dawned on me, I should probably, yeah, make sure noise cancellation is on and do not disturb. Somebody will text me otherwise, or call. The kids like know when I'm live or when I'm in a session, and that's like always when they call. But I've got 2.5 cups of water in here. I did go ahead and do that, and I put 2.5 cups of water. This whole recipe uses 5 cups of water, so I've got 2.5 in here and 2.5 in here. So with my water, um, I am going to add some sweetener. Now, I have been using my favorite, the Sucre and Monk Fruit Blend, and I've only been using about 2/3 of a cup. And I say only because honestly, we're making a concentrate. Like, this is a lot of lemon juice. And so it is one of those things you definitely want to serve it over ice. So 2 cups probably won't be enough for a lot of people. I mean, you could go with a full cup if you wanted to. I do supplement with liquid sweetener. I am using my Super Drops because this is what David loves. It is liquid sucralose, which is different from Splenda, from powdered, because the powdered is usually cut with maltodextrin. I forgot to get my spoon. But anyway, so making this syrup, I'm just putting in 2/3 cup of erythritol. Use both the sweet allulose, use whatever sweetener that you like. And so I've put in 2/3 cup. If you want it sweeter, you can put more or supplement with a sweetener that you like stevia or monk fruit liquid sweetener, whichever is your preference. So, okay, that's going to simmer. While that simmers, I'm going to look for the bowl I didn't grab. Okay, I'll grab another bowl. That's the beauty of being right here. Okay. I'll grab this one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lavender in here, and once this syrup kind of gets going, I'll pour it in with the lavender. Okay, I had so much trouble with this stuff. 3 tablespoons is my sweet spot. Here's the thing. If you want a lot more lavender, you can do 2 things. You can either use more, if you want more lavender flavor, you can use more lavender, or you can let it steep longer. I settled on 3 tablespoons. 1/4 cup was too much for me. I settled on 3 tablespoons of lavender, so that's what I'm using. And this is Anthony's brand. I got it on Amazon. Like I said, there's a link in the post. So I settled with 3 tablespoons of the lavender, and I settled with steeping it for about 22 minutes. When I did 25 minutes, it was a little strong in lavender. When I did 20 minutes, it was a little too mild. So I settled on 22 minutes. So, you guys probably don't have to be that exact. So let me scroll to the comments really quick. The stovetop pan, I am just, and I'm going to zest my lemon in here, by the way. When I zest this, I only want the yellow part, no white. The white pith is bitter, so I am sticking to just the outside yellow part. The temp doesn't matter. It's fairly low heat. What I want it to do is come to a simmer. It doesn't have to boil for any length of time, but you just want it to get hot and bubbly, and you put the sweetener in there. My goal is to dissolve the sweetener. That's it. Somebody just said, why did you stop doing YouTube videos? Honestly, because I have no editing skills whatsoever. None. Zero. Zilch. And it takes a lot of time to do those videos. So I stopped doing them. I do live cooking sessions. I would love to have you join my cooking community. It's www.homemade.health. Use the code SPRING10 to take $10 off. But we do these live sessions where you can ask me questions, and we do at least once a week. We're doing one tomorrow on lemon sauce. I'm in a lemon kick. And we're doing Sunday afternoon, we're doing Easter candies. So we're making Snickers bites. So anyway, I'm just going to zest my 2 lemons in here with my lavender. You can skip this part if you don't have a fresh lemon, but here's what I love. These lemon peel, this zest has the oils of the citrus and it has no carbs in it. And what I love about this is it's going to give just a ton of flavor without the additional carbs of the juice. So anyway, I'm putting my fresh lemon zest in here. If you're gonna like juice a lemon, you may as well put it in there. Don't get the white part. The white part will make it bitter, and the bitter's bad. And steeping bitter makes it intensifies the bad, so you don't want to do that either. Okay, so that's in there. This is simmering, and that's all I need it to do. It's all melted, so let me turn that off. So sweetener in there, it's melted. In here are my 3 tablespoons of lavender, organic food grade lavender, and the zest from 2 lemons. Now, don't worry about this. We're not going to drink it. I've got my strainer. So after it steeps, we will strain it. So all I'm going to do at this point is take this and pour it over it. So just, if this was iced tea, it would be the same thing. I don't want to break this. This is my grandmother's Fire King, and that would be really, really bad, wouldn't it? So let me put it in here, and I will set a timer. And I don't know about you, but Kristie is one of those people who I will get busy in the other room. I'll get on Facebook, I'll do 15 other things, and I will forget. So I have to like come from the other side of the house or from outside. So I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes, even though I want it to go for 22 minutes. And by the time I get to it, it's been 22 minutes. So that's going to steep for 22 minutes. While that steeps, I'm going to juice these lemons because I have them, right? And then I'm going to supplement the rest of it with lemon juice. And I'll get to your questions in just a minute. Now, this is just the other 2.5 cups of water. We're going to add this in just a minute. You'll see what we're doing. So let me grab this so I can wipe my hands. And I'll juice these lemons and try to get back to your questions. Sandra says, I belong to your cooking community, but it's good to see you on Facebook, and I do miss your lives. Aw, thank you guys. You're so sweet. I wish I had more time. Maybe I could set a goal of doing like 1 YouTube video per month. Now, what I am trying to do, and again, I'm trying to find someone to edit the videos for me. So I was doing the Chibo classes, and that shut down, that closed. And so my plan is to I have the videos, and my plan is to put that on Facebook. So those of you who have missed it will get, now those are longer. They were like more complicated things. We made tiramisu and that kind of thing. But anyway, do look for that. Hopefully in the next several months, I'll be rolling out. There are 10 recipes, 9 videos, and I'll be sharing the video. Some of you are like, I don't like videos. I'll be sharing the recipes on my website. If you're in the cooking community, I'll share them there first, but I'll be sharing those on my website, and I'll be sharing them, the videos on YouTube. So like I said, I'm just trying to find someone who can edit them. So I love this little juicer. I'm using my little gadget, and it was actually one of my cooking community members who said, hey lady, you're doing it wrong. I was putting the lemon in like this, and she's like, you're supposed to put it like that. You know what? It works so much better. It works so much better when you do it like you're supposed to. So thank you. I can't remember. I wish I could remember who told me that. And she was very kind about it. But yeah, she was very kind about it. But it was like, hey, Kristie, you're doing it wrong. I love it. See, I always learn as much from you guys as you learn from me. Okay, I'm going to supplement this with the up to, it's a full cup. I'm using a full cup. 16 carbs. You're going to get at least 6 servings from this. And this was some lemon juice I got at Sam's or Costco. And I love it. It's like the best lemon juice. Okay. And by the way, if you have juiced your lemons and there's a risk of seeds being in there, you can always pour it in like this and pour it through the strainer. And that way, if you've gotten any seeds, you're safe. So what I have in here now is 1 cup of lemon juice, 2.5 cups of water, and then I have in here steeping and it has about 16 minutes to go. So in here steeping is my lemon zest and my 3 tablespoons of, I'm sorry, of lemon zest and my 3 tablespoons of lavender, dried lavender. Okay, let me check the questions and then I'm going to show you guys a couple of the things that I found um, that in our house that don't have aspartame. One of the reasons I'm even doing this video is to offer you guys some options of things that don't have aspartame in them. So again, use whatever sweetener. Now somebody said, oh, shh, Lisa says she's in here and she's supposed to be working, so don't tell anybody that Lisa's on. Jan says, can food grade lavender oil replace the lavender? I don't know, Jan. I would be a little uncomfortable with that, but you can try it. I'm not used to using those lavender oils, so I don't know. What temp for the stovetop? Again, Nicole, that doesn't really matter. You just want it to simmer. Hey, Velma. Okay. The erythritol does not crystallize. Thank you, Susan. Susan sent me stars. I don't even know what that means, but thank you for sending me stars. Facebook would not let me get on without activating that. So I'm sure it's something I'll have to deal with later. But thank you, Susan. That's very generous, very, very kind of you. The erythritol does not crystallize. We're not simmering it down to a syrup, Susan, and that's a fabulous question. If you had simmered it down like for 20 minutes into a really thick syrup, the erythritol might and would likely crystallize in the refrigerator, but it's not really that much of a syrup. So yeah, if I was going to do that, by the way, I would probably use allulose or boga sweet. I don't know. You guys are asking about the oil. I don't know. I wish I did know. I don't think I love just using the fresh lemon. I haven't tried it with those oils at all. So I don't know. I think Susan says she edits video. I will message you, Susan. Margaret asked, where do you purchase the dried lavender? Margaret, it's on my post from today. I commented. I got it off of Amazon, and there are several. I just chose Anthony's. Anthony's is a company that I've bought a lot of things from in the past. And so I chose them because they're safe, or they're typically safe. They're typically a good option. Let me show you guys what I have. Remember I told you I kind of found some things in the house. I'm going to move some of this out of the way. These are things that are non-sweetened or safe sweeteners. They're not aspartame, I should say. And this first one, you're not going to be surprised, is Zivia. And this is a Zivia. Happens to be a mixer. It's a ginger beer. And Grace really loves ginger ale. So I bought it more for Grace. And so anyway, it's the Zivia mixer ginger beer. We don't mix it. We don't put it with anything. We just drink it over ice. And the ingredients are carbonated water, natural flavors, which we don't know what that is, citric acid, and organic stevia leaf. These have been here so long in the house that they corroded. And this is completely empty. So we have bought them, but we don't use them. And I don't even want to know the date on these, but several of you mentioned Reed's, and this is Reed's zero sugar ginger ale. Now, I believe these are clean. This is, again, something for Grace. Sparkling water, um, proprietary sweetener blend with erythritol, stevia, and monk fruit, ginger root, lemon and lime from concentrate, and natural flavoring spices. So this is a very good option. Several of you mentioned it. If you like ginger ale, now this is Reed's Zero Sugar Extra. I don't know what's extra about it, but Reed's Zero Sugar Extra. And but it's a strong flavor. It's a strong flavor. Now that is more, again, a Grace thing, that and the Zivia. I think the Zivia is like super, super sweet. This one is not so much, the mixer, but I think in general they're pretty sweet. I tend to like the sparkling waters. And so if you're going to catch me on a warm day like today, like I said, it's been 77 degrees. This is a Topo Chico. This is not just any Topo Chico. This is Topo Chico Lime. And I love the carbonation. It's Topo Chico Lime. And if you love carbonation, you can't get more carbonation than Topo Chico. Anyway, so I do have some of those in the fridge. Haven't had one. I don't know, again, how long this has been in the house. I haven't had them in quite a while. It's more of a summer thing for me. Now, I will tell you that I have just some plain sparkling water somewhere, and I have put plain sparkling water in this lemonade, and it is really delicious. Instead of using still water, you can use sparkling, and it gives it that little carbonation. So I'd forgotten about that little tip. Here's another. This is Trader Joe's carbonated raspberry lime. It's carbonated spring water and natural flavors. So there's another one, Trader Joe's raspberry lime. And this, I bought this the other day and I have been wanting to open it. I wanted to save it until I went live. This is Perrier and this is L'Orange. This is the Perrier L'Orange. It's in a plastic bottle. There is a Perrier Essence or something like that that has sweetener in it. It actually has sugar. I think it has cane sugar. 8 grams of carbs. I nearly died. But yet you can have this, which is just sparkling water. The ingredients here are, I can't see them. It says contains no juice, it's 0 calories, zero everything. Where are the ingredients? It may just be Kristie's eyes. Oh, there it is. Mineral water, carbon dioxide to make the bubbles, and natural flavor. So people ask me all the time, hey, is this a good option? Is this a good option? Well, I can't just tell you, yeah, it's Perrier, it's a great option, because they do have the essence flavors that have 8 grams of carbs in them. So I wouldn't, for a drink, personally, I'm not going to do that. I want to eat and chew my carbs. So anyway, this is a good option. And the last one, and our time's about up. No, it's not. Our last one is LaCroix. And several of you have mentioned that. Again, this is a Grace purchase. This is Rise Cranberry, zero everything. So LaCroix, and it's the ingredients on this one are carbonated water, naturally essenced. Like I said, and this happens to be the raspberry cranberry, which is Grace's favorite flavor. So yeah, any of these would work. I would just tell you, when I look at them, if I'm trying to decide whether something is okay for me, and I'm not telling you whether it's okay for you or not, you have to make your decision. But I first of all look at the nutritional information, because it's in bigger print and I can usually find that pretty easily. So if I look at the nutrition and it's 0 carbs, 0 fat, 0 calories, 0 protein, then I'm like, okay, it's probably clean. And then I will look at the actual ingredients. So that's kind of the approach I take. If I look at it and it says 8 carbs, like I did in the store the other day with the Perrier, I will be like, what? And then I'll check the ingredients, and I might mutter under my breath a time or two before I before I fuss. Let me before I leave. Let me show you really quickly while this is still steeping. I've got about 8 minutes. It's a little longer than I thought. I'm going to just put my little show and tell out here. I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of a pink color. It's a bit of a peach color. Now, what happens when we mix our steeped lavender and zest into our lemon juice, it's going to change colors. And I hope that you guys can see it. I hope that it's strong enough. But I hope that the camera is strong enough. But I'm also going to put some of this in a glass for me. If you were here, I'd put some in a glass for you. And we go out to the porch and have a nice visit. This is what I did over the weekend. I poured it, went onto the porch, and just kind of enjoyed the beautiful weather. But here's the thing. So what I love about this is I could customize it with liquid sweetener. But here's another thing I found. Y'all know I'm a little bit of a vanilla junkie. Now, this is just straight McCormick's. This isn't anything special that I've made. But I discovered in my experiment that if I put a couple drops of vanilla in here, it like kicks the flavor up like a whole other notch, a whole another notch. It is so good. I'm going to stir it with my tablespoon. And this is delicious. I've got to take a taste so you can taste it. Mm. So two things. It's great without the vanilla. This is a totally optional thing that David and I were talking about last night. I think that the vanilla kind of bridges the differences between the lemon and the lavender. It just melts it together. I don't know, I can't explain it. Totally optional. You don't have to put it in there, but I do like that. Here's the other thing. This is strong. Like this is a concentrate. So I don't think you want to drink it. David will drink it straight. But I like to put a lot of ice in my glass and put it over ice. You can also put ice in your pitcher if you're serving all of it right away. It'll get too watery if you're not going to serve all of it. But if you had a party, these are super popular, as I mentioned, for baby showers and weddings. The other little thing that I have put in my lavender lemonade is just a little tiny, tiny, seriously tiny splash of vodka. It is so good. So this makes a fantastic cocktail. So look at all the things you can do, all the things that I'm telling you about. You can make just a lavender syrup. And with that lavender syrup, you could make a buttercream for a lemon cake. Wouldn't that be delicious? You could steep it in some warm cream and make lavender ice cream, which I think would be delicious. Um, you can make a cocktail by adding a splash of vodka. You can add a little bit of vanilla and have a different flavor as well. You could skip all the carbs in the lemon juice. Remember, there's about 16 or 17 carbs in a cup of lemon juice. You could skip that. And you could just put lemon zest in the hot water to steep. And then you'd have a very mild, it would be more like one of the sparkling waters, the really mild, mild flavor. So we're almost there. Let me check comments. I did not, Cynthia, I did not use sparkling water for the syrup. If I heated it, it would lose the carbonation. And so I did not use it for the syrup. When I was using carbonated water, I put it in with the lemon juice. That's when I did it. Um, let's see, I'm looking. Wow, these are some great questions. So Lance Paul says he can't wait to try it. I hope that he does try it. Jerry says, do you have suggestions for how to do other flavors? Jerry, I haven't worked with that just because of the worry about the carbs. But if you have my book, Growing Up Keto, I do have a strawberry limeade. I have a strawberry drink and a strawberry limeade. So you might want to take a look at that if you have Growing Up Keto. And I agree. Susan says she's not a fan of ingesting essential oils. I'd make sure if you're going to use essential oils, make sure they're food grade. I have not, Sarah. Sarah asked if I've used the RX Sugar Simple Syrup for drinks. I have not. And I'm kind of one of those people that I can DIY it and control the sweetener. So I have not. Um, People are talking about how they're using the mixers. Um, I think that I'm using lavender, and I think that you could use rosemary. Somebody's talking about different flavors that you could use. Um, okay. Somebody else is saying they really like the LaCroix, and Jessica says, I'm with you on the vanilla. I, Jessica, I just happened to do it. I think you're right, Lance. Lance says that the vanilla is the umami flavor, and I think it is. It just makes it better. I also have been tempted, I haven't tried it yet, to put a little dash of salt because salt makes everything more intense. Now, let me tell you this will change overnight. The flavors, once you make it and put it in the fridge, the lavender flavor mellows a little bit. Again, maybe it just kind of marries in with the lemon a little bit, but it does get a little lighter tasting. So if it seems strong to you, keep that in mind. Lance is saying it sounds good. Okay, good. And rose petals. Yes, that's a great idea too. Using some rose petals, making rose water before you make it. Um, Yes, Jerry says that you could add it to tea. Yes, that's a fabulous idea, Jerry. I have not had a chance to do that, but that is something I've been tempted to do. David's been making unsweet tea. And so around here, Arnold Palmer, which is like half tea, half lemonade, is really popular. I think that would be really luscious. So, and Rose is saying that cardamom is yummy steeped. And I'm not familiar with that. I'll take your word for it. I bet it is, especially if you're thinking more warm, wintry kinds of flavors. I can imagine that would be quite good. Okay, guys, I think I got to the questions. If I didn't catch your question, I'm sorry. I simply didn't see it, but I am trying to make sure that I see, not questions, comments. I'm trying to make sure that I respond to those comments. Yes, Sharon, it will be on the replay. I'm going to leave it up and Facebook will keep it there. So we got 2 more minutes and What I'm going to do is take my strainer, just hold it over here, try to pour it in without spilling it because I don't want to drink something with all the lavender buds in it. But this smells amazing. That's the other kind of advantage to making this is that when you're making, your house will smell so good. It just has that really soothing kind of lavender smell. The other thing that I have used, like when I was putting the old batch in here, I have used my funnel to make sure I didn't spill anything out. I won't need that today, I don't think, but that does come in handy. But you do want a strainer. And you can use a coffee filter if you wanted to, if you don't have a strainer, or you could use probably cheesecloth if you wanted to use that, just something to get the lavender buds out. It does smell amazing. And what we'll do once we strain it out, we'll give a squeeze to the lavender buds because we want to get all of the flavor out. So, ooh, Lance says that red bud makes a good tea, and that would be good with it. I haven't tried that, but I bet that it would be good. Jerry's agreeing. Red bud K cup. That must be a coffee. If you're saying red bud, oh no, a K cup teapot. Sorry, it takes Christy a little while to catch on, especially with hot tea, because North Carolina, we have very mild winters. So, okay, guys, I will warn you, it is so good. Like once you start. Okay, time is almost up, and I'm going to squeeze the goodness out of this. Let me turn this off. And like I said, I think I have. Everybody's agreeing about all the options. I love it. I love the creativity. I love talking about the different options. And I've shared with you making it into a cocktail. We're talking about adding it to unsweetened tea. We're talking about just using the lemon zest to add to your water to steep in that. And we've also talked about making the lavender syrup. So if you made lavender syrup, tell me in the comments, if we made lavender syrup, what would you make with it? I have another idea for lavender syrup. Now I'm just pouring this over and trying not to spill it all over my table since I'm live with you guys. I always do the goofiest things. When we have our cooking sessions, our live sessions, I do the goofiest things. Okay, and some of it settled in the bottom, and that's okay. I'm gonna try, that's where my lemon zest is. Let me try to get that out. There we go. Okay, and then, like I said, you want to get all of that rich flavor. So I'm just gonna squeeze it, um, kind of like you would a tea bag. Do be careful because it's still very warm because I did boil that water. um, yeah, um, it does smell great, especially with the lemon zest. Okay, I've squeezed most of it out, and now I have dirty fingers. Look at what happened. Did you see it turn pink as I turned it in? You see that wonderful bright pink color? It does get less intense too. That pink color gets a little less intense. So now I just want to set it aside, let it cool. I'll stick it in the fridge, and then David will be really happy to come home to more because when he came home, I had made some more yesterday, again, kind of playing with a couple things. Um, Playing with the vanilla for sure. And he was excited. He's like, "Oh, you made more?" And I was like, "Yes, and I'm going to make even more tomorrow." Although I am going to sneak some of this over to a neighbor that I wanted to try. I wanted her to try it. But anyway, I think that you could also, I have not done this, but I think it would also be nice. You could serve it with a sprig of fresh lavender if you've had a sprig. I don't have a sprig, I only have the dried buds that I used, but I think it would be good with that. I think it could also be nice with just a fresh sprig of rosemary for if you're serving it to others. You could float a little small piece of lemon in it, the little circle of lemon or a wedge of lemon. You could put that in there as well. So there's lots of things that you could do. At this point, I would add the liquid, and I've been using about 12 drops for us. David likes things really sweet, um, which is why he loves me. Anyway, 12. I'm kidding, that's a joke. But anyway, and this is where I would add the vanilla if I was going to add it. I have only been adding it to my glass because I wasn't sure that David would be a fan. So I was trying to be careful with that. But that's it. That is lavender tea. And I think that imagine a lavender scone, I think would be really delicious. I have that scone recipe in Growing Up Keto. I think that would be quite yummy. Um, let's see. Somebody is saying that she doesn't like the smell of lavender, wonder if she would like the taste. I have to tell you, Debbie, David was not a fan. David was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, but he really did enjoy this. Hey, Donna, she's here and she'll be back after the live. And this, by the way, Donna, this is already posted in the cooking community. So if you log in there, the recipe is there. Video won't be because I don't think you can pull it down. Deborah said she'd like to try the lavender syrup in a dessert for Easter. Wouldn't that be good? It is pretty, Heather, and I think this is why it gets served at weddings and at showers because it is beautiful pink. My sister-in-law is having a boy, and I'm like, I have this and it's delicious. I sent her a picture. I'm like, you need to have a girl. She's due in July, so probably too late for that. Sandra says reading the labels was helpful. Nicole says a sprig of rosemary. I absolutely agree. I think that would be beautiful. So, and yes, if you're in the cooking community, videos are available for replay. This is not in the cooking community, so this will just be on Facebook on my page. Yes, Lisa said add a splash of the lavender lemonade to weekend vodka. I'm telling you, it was just, I didn't even use a full ounce or half ounce of vodka. It was just a splash. It was delicious. Jerry, I think the mint would be phenomenal. So when do we add the vodka? Deb says, I would add it to my cup. What I did when I did it, I added it to my cup. Oh, I love that idea. Ray says, I can't pronounce that flower. It would be pretty. I think a pansy would be pretty too. And okay, so you guys are giving each other ideas and sharing all kinds of ideas. I'm sorry this went a little longer than I had planned for it to. I was so late going live because I could not figure out how to navigate Facebook. So I do apologize for that. They have made changes, but hey, now we know. And so lavender lemonade. Let me know if you make it. I love hearing when you guys make things. Let me know if you make it. Um, Let me know if you put a little vodka or if you put a little vanilla or what sweetener that you use. And it may be sweet enough for you guys. You know, there's somebody who said, I can't do any sweeteners. Is it going to be good? Maybe. When you don't use any sweeteners, your taste do adapt and change. And so it may be that you are happy with just the, if you could drink lemon juice, then you might be happy with it. And this is the Anthony's French lavender that I purchased. So anyway, I'm going to clean up all of this. I am so glad you guys joined me. I had fun and hopefully you had fun. I do wish you had some television too, but I did have a lot of fun. And I agree with you guys. Any edible flower would be perfect. Make sure it's edible. Any edible flower I think would be absolutely perfect. And this edible and doesn't have pesticides and hasn't been treated with all those chemicals. So thanks again. Take care, guys.